Hello, I'm Jessica, Research, Instruction, and E-Learning Librarian at Meyer Library, and I am here today to talk to you about finding the resources that you are going to need for your lit review in this Research and Evidence-Based Practice course. So we're going to go through a few things today. I'm starting on the Blackboard course page because I want to show you first some resources available within the course guide. Now, if you scroll down, you see on the left the NUR library guide. Give it a second. This is going to take you to some subject guides that are good for this topic. You will want to select nursing. Now, this guide has resources specific to the field of nursing, but even better for you all, there is a tab for your course. So when you click on this tab, I have added some helpful videos that I actually encourage you to watch before you even watch the rest of this video. It's going to talk about why evidence-based practice is important, different types of research, and then I really like this PICO video. Not only does it help you create your PICO statement, it helps that you break down the keywords that you're using to construct search strings that you'll use in the databases that I'm about to show you. So it's a great video. I've also included, of course, my contact information. Feel free to email me directly, or you can chat. I also have a couple library databases on the left. StatRef is an excellent medical reference source. It's a lot of different titles like Decker, Merck Medical Manual, Evidence Essentials, etc. And then these are some individual databases that are good for evidence-based practice literature. So this is a fantastic starting point. I want you to know about this and use this. For the rest of what I'm going to talk about, I am going to hop to the library homepage, which is libraries.missouristate.edu. I recommend you bookmark this. And we're going to scroll until you see this tabbed search box. Now, for right now, I recommend that you go to the Articles and Databases tab. It's tab number 2. And this is actually going to search all of our things at once. We're going to start by looking at a basic search, which does search all the things. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by this because I'm going to show you some more specialized searching too, but good to start with the basics. All right, so my topic relates to women who don't smoke but are exposed to secondhand smoke and incidences of breast cancer. So I've broken up that into some pretty basic keywords. I like to start pretty basic with my keywords, and then you can get fancier as you go along. So now I'm going to hit search, and this is my list that comes up. Now, 867 actually isn't a horrible list when you're searching all the things. You can get a lot more, but I want to walk you through some options of focusing this list and making it more useful to what you need for your lit review. The first thing that we are going to do is adjust the publication date because we want things from the last 5, really 3 years, but we'll set to 5. Especially with health and medicine related topics, things change. We uncover new information, so current is good. You can also limit by source type. So I know that we don't need ebooks, we don't need newspapers or magazines. We want academic journals. Here we go. Now that has whittled it down a bit. 144, that's actually a good number to skim through. You may be wondering why I'm not going to encourage you to check the full text only box. That limits you too much. It could cut out articles that are fantastic for your topic, but aren't full text right here. I'm going to show you how to get those articles elsewhere. Okay, we're going to scroll. And we're going to look at article number 3 because I think this looks pretty interesting. Now, they also talk about hormone receptor status, but that's okay. That could be an interesting aspect of this topic. Now, when I clicked on the title, it takes me to a detail record. So I've got my publication information. There's not an abstract here, which is unfortunate. But what I don't see is the actual article. So what you do, we don't have this article. You can request it through interlibrary loan. So you'll hit submit ILL request, and this will actually take you to a page. You'll need to use your BearPass login, and it's going to populate this information for you. Now I see a couple things. I need to put the volume in, the page numbers. Those things are back on this page. And then you can submit that request to get this article if you decided you wanted it. So that's an important thing to know. Again, if we had checked full text only, this article would not have shown up, but maybe it's perfect. I'm going to go back because I'd like us to look at an article that we can see a little more. Okay, let's look at this article. Now, you know that for your lit review, you need certain type of research. You need original research, which means the authors have created the study, launched it, gathered results, come to conclusions, and those needs to be qualitative or quantitative, mostly. You can have one lit review, which means the author is reviewing studies that other people have done. There's not a great way to immediately limit to just original research. You need to look at the description or the abstract to see if it gives you study design, methodology, conclusions, etc. And we can find that in here. So I see that this is a nationally represented prospective cohort study. They followed this number of women, that number of years old. They completed a baseline questionnaire. So that would be quantitative. And then it tells about the analysis, et cetera, et cetera. We'll keep looking, and then conclusions. So this is going to be a good article for you. And that's a good place to tell. Let's see if I can see this full text. Here we go. And here, whoops, we have the PDF of the article. Okay. And again, it gives you background, methods, results, conclusions. All right. So I'm going to go back to my original results list, because I also want to mention a couple other options that you see up here. There is an advanced search option. I'm going to click on advanced search. Part of the benefit of this is that you can break up your keywords. So, and you don't have to. It's kind of a visual thing, I think, for some people. But what you can do here is select appropriate discipline areas. So it's going to kind of whittle down from that searching everything. Maybe we just want to look at anatomy and physiology, biology, complementary and alternative medicine, health and medicine, nursing and allied health, etc. You can select as many of those as you want. And you can also do a little bit of limiting down here, but I don't know that you necessarily need to. And then hit search. So that's going to, again, kind of better focus and whittle down our search results. We will still want to adjust the publication date. And again, we'll want to select academic journals. There we go. So that is another option for you. And you're definitely going to see overlap in results. It's just with some searching, that basic search, you will literally have hundreds of thousands of results. One more way of searching that I want to show you is the PICO search. You've created a PICO statement, and within the database searching, you can do a PICO search. So it pops up this little box, and you will insert the appropriate keyword for each letter. Now, I have noticed, and this is relatively new for us, so I'm still getting used to it, but the simpler you keep it, the better. So if I were to type in just women and passive smoking, the comparison would be smoking, and you can play with this. You always probably will end up playing with your keywords, and that's okay. Don't get frustrated if you need to. But now I'll hit submit. And again, we're seeing some of the same results. There's overlapping. But, oops, let me delete out this first. It's just breaking the keywords up and putting it into the database in a different way. All right. Okay, here we go. Again, some overlap. I'm going to select academic journals. We're still looking within certain disciplines. And let's find a good one. Okay, here's another example. So, in just reading the title of this article, it tells me it's a meta-analysis, which is a type of review, and you're allowed to have one of these of your, I think it's 5 to 10 articles for your lit review. And it is nice when it tells you in the title. It also, again, tells us in the description. This was a meta-analysis of observational studies. So it's a meta-analysis of some qualitative work that's already been done. They're looking at other people's results and coming to their own conclusions in new ways. And I wish that all of them included this in the title, but they don't. I will also mention that within database searching, you've got a list of tools on the right. So when you are wanting to save your article to get back to it and read it, you can save it to Google Drive. I don't usually use add to folder. Of course, print, email it to yourself, save to like a USB. There is a citation tool. So come here. So it does give you the APA citation for this article. That one actually looks fairly decent. You want to double check these against a style guide before you hand anything in. But it's a nice tool. Another great tool that I love is this permalink tool. This gives you a stable URL that will always get you back to this page. So if, as you're searching, you just have a Google Doc or a Word doc open and you save the title of the article and you save this permalink, you're going to be good to go. But again, you've got to have some way of getting back to the articles that you want to read. Let me look at my notes. I feel like that is just about everything I wanted to show you. Let's go back to the results list for just a moment, because I know I've shown you several ways of finding articles. Okay, here we go. I think this article looks good, but there's no interlibrary loan request link or PDF full text. The full text finder is going to take you outside of where we're searching just to see if we can find it anywhere else. And when you're doing searching from off campus, you're going to need your BearPass ID and password to authenticate your access. Okay, so now I can browse this journal. Okay, So I'm basically following the prompts. It's telling me we can get to this article that's in this Asian Pacific Journal of Cancer Prevention. And I'm going to go to Browse by Issue. And I see that this article that I'm interested in is from 2015, Volume 16, Issue 14. So we'll go to 2015. Issue 14. There you are. And here, this is basically doing the digital equivalent of flipping through the journal. And then we'll skim, and we're looking for passive. There are a lot of articles in this journal. Sorry for all the scrolling. Did I miss it? Well, I may have gone past it, but you get the idea. So we would click on the title, and my full text is going to be over here on the right. So that's what you would do if you ever see this full text finder. It requires just a little bit of digging, and you can always email me or do chat if you're having trouble getting to it. All right, well, I think that is everything. I hope that you have enough information to get you to the articles that you need, and please don't hesitate to get in touch with me if you have questions.